I was using the second floor bathroom, and all of a sudden I hear clearly, distinctly, someone clearing their throat. It wasn't like, oh, a file dropped off something somewhere else in the building, or a bird, flew in a window, or it was someone clearing their throat. And I knew I was there alone, because it's a gated, locked facility, too. So I just kind of mentally said, yeah, you're friendly, I'm friendly, we'll get along great. Like, just make it, light fun of it, right? So then my parents came down to, visit me at my new job, and my mother stayed down in the museum, but my father and I climbed the Lighthouse. And about halfway up, we hear people at the top, they're having fun, it's like, hey, that kind of joyful noise when people are communicating with each other. We keep climbing up the Lighthouse. I think he was maybe about 84, no, if it was 10 years ago, so he was like 79. We were slowly, we were hearing all that fun. We get to the top, there's only one door, right? And the outer deck is all contained like a cage. And we walk around, and I said, Dad, do you see anybody here? And he said, no. And I said, we heard people up here? I was like, yeah. So it was weird, right? Who were they? I don't know. So that's two of my experiences so far. Well, we also have a lot of events there. And there's a second floor where the offices are, a small little kitchen, a bathroom, and then the first floor, the nice museum area where we host all these events. Well, I get a lot of exercise. People think I climb the Lighthouse all the time. Really what I'm doing is going between the first floor and second floor all day long. So I was carrying something up from the first floor to get up to the second floor. And because I run a nonprofit, you could say I'm also frugal, which really means very cheap. So if we're not utilizing whatever level, that heat or air conditioning is not on. So that door at the top of the steps, I usually keep, I won't say closed over, right? So, because if I were going to get to the top, well, I had something in my hand, I'm running up, and about the third step from the top, because my hands were full, the door went, and I was in a rush anyway, so I just went through and said, thank you. Now this same door, I work there alone a lot, right? So this same door, if I'm leaving, and it's like I'm running out, for some reason the door will not cooperate getting locked. And sometimes I say, I'll be back tomorrow. Like, I'm not going for, let me leave those 7 keys, right? Or the 7 doors, drawer, a set of keys, make sure they're all locked. So, it's a tricky door handle. But when paranormal groups have been here, that's where they also have a lot of activity right at that door. Okay, I have 2 more stories for you, and then I do have the Ghost Hunters video if you're interested in seeing that. Okay, it was our show from 2009. So we have volunteers, right, to work at the Lighthouse. There are people at the top, they're called climbers, and we have volunteers at the cash register. So Ernestine, who's this great Atlantic City volunteer, she knows so much about the history. She has since retired, I think her legs are bad. But she was one of our cash register ladies. So they can call up the stairs, if they need help. And she's like, Jean, I need you down here. The computer's all stuck, right? So we converted in 2006 from an old kind of push buttons and a drawer will open to a scan thing. And so occasionally, the computer acts up on us. So I come down, I get it all fixed, and we're ready to go, and I walk away to go back up those stairs one more time for that day. And she's like, Jean, hang on a minute, you better come over here. So I went over to the cash register, and on the computer screen, it was black with the word ghost on it.
Ghost?